been a violent week at one Brooklyn Park apartment complex. Gunshots rang out multiple times in the past few days at Huntington Place, despite recent security upgrades. Reporter Sonia Goen shows us what police say might be contributing to this crime at this particular apartment complex.
Brooklyn Park police have responded to 3 separate shots fired calls since Sunday. Now, no one has been arrested in either of the incidents. Meanwhile, police and residents say they're frustrated.
It's bow like a whole bunch of shots.
Some residents at Huntington Place Apartments had a hard time getting a good night's sleep.
This is the video right after the shooting.
After gunfire erupted around 12:22 Wednesday morning, you can see people scramble for cover after shots were fired.
One of these individuals ended up being shot in the neck. They ended up stop at 69th and Brooklyn Boulevard. We don't know if they were shot there or at Huntington.
The gunshots are becoming a routine for residents. Carissa Williamson says she's scared and is moving at the end of the week.
It's scary and it's like, you know it's regular, but it's just like, it's not okay.
And on Monday, officers were called to the same apartment complex at around 3 in the morning after reports of several shots fired. No one was hurt, but 2 vehicles were damaged by bullets.
Now it's just like people are bold enough to shoot. And I'm like, I don't know what's the difference now.
And police were called Sunday around 1 in the morning after gunshots rang out at the same apartment complex. Several vehicles were struck by bullets and 2 people went to the hospital for gunshot wounds.
We don't know why exactly, but we know that this apartment complex has become a focal point for groups of people to meet and party.
Police added extra patrols to the area and the property management team upgraded security. They also added a checkpoint after 5 p.m. to only allow residents. And they also installed more cameras. But even with all these measures, the violence continues.
The reality is it just doesn't stop, and there's just a sense of lawlessness in our community, in certain parts of our community, that we can't seem to stop.
Sonia Goins, CCX News.
In Brooklyn Center, police are investigating a shooting outside of a gas station early Wednesday morning. Police say one man was shot and injured while he was in a vehicle at the Speedway gas station near 69th Avenue and Brooklyn Boulevard. It happened just after midnight. We're told the man's injuries are not life-threatening, and as we went to air on Wednesday, police had not made any arrests. A similar shooting incident occurred at this same location about 2 weeks ago. Senator Warren Limmer of Maple Grove addressed a new report released this week that showed a significant rise in violent crime and a record-breaking number of murders. The report released by the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension shows a nearly 17% rise in violent crime in 2020. It also documents 185 murders last year, a 58% increase from 2019. Arson and motor vehicle theft also increased significantly, with violent crime continuing to rise this year. In a media statement, Limmer says the report confirms what we've been talking about for several years at the Senate. Violent criminals are finding more victims, and lenient accountability measures in the judicial system are not keeping people safe. The reward has increased to help Plymouth police find the person who shot and killed youth baseball coach Jay Boughton along Highway 169. The law firm Schwabel, Getz & Sieben announced it will raise the reward to $10,000. The crime happened on July 6th when someone shot Boughton on southbound 169 as he drove home from a baseball game with his son. Video from traffic cameras was blurred that night because of the rain, but police say the vehicle was a silver Chevy Suburban, model years 2015 to 2020. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers. A former NBA star turned developer Devin George got the green light from the Brooklyn Park City Council to build an apartment building near the intersection of Brooklyn Boulevard and Zane Avenue. The area has been envisioned for a mixed-use building since the early 2000s, and with the council's approval, construction by George's nonprofit Building Blocks could begin by the spring. His plan calls for an 83-unit, 5-story apartment building with space for a restaurant and retail on the bottom level. 20% of the units would be affordable. This project has been in the works for several years.
We need to keep this moving forward because anyone that was, objected to the project from the community, or if they had any problems, they had more than enough time and opportunity to come out and say so. So that's where I'm at now. But yes, I feel comfortable moving forward.
While the council gave approval, some members expressed concerns about parking because there's only one stall allotted to each apartment unit. Help wanted signs seem to be everywhere as many businesses continue to struggle to find qualified workers. And that is especially true in the restaurant industry, which prompted one Maple Grove establishment to try something different. Jason Malello reports.
The Lookout Bar and Grill has never had to do this before.
We never used to hire. I mean, we had employees that were just here.
The popular Maple Grove watering hole would normally have about 120 employees this time of year.
We're at about 75 right now, so we're still short.
So the Lookout hosted a walk-in job fair on Tuesday in the hopes of filling a variety of positions.
It came up at one of our managers' meetings is maybe we should just do a job fair, make sure that all the managers are here and we can get people as they come in and interview them right on the spot, show them the building, show them who we are.
Kinnan says the Lookout is starting to get more applicants with restaurant experience, which he says is a good sign for the industry. Now the Lookout's goal is to hire good people and continue to provide a pleasurable dining experience for customers.
We want to take care of our people, but we have to have the staff to do it.
Jason Malillo, CCX News.
The reopening of theater venues continues across the metro, including one in Crystal. Theater Elision has returned. Its first show back is called Islander. It's a musical of Scottish origin, and it has received positive reviews.
It's a little bit of a weird show, but that's kind of what we do. We're kind of weird shows. So, but they love the music, and they love, honestly, it's the energy of being in a room with people is so exciting. So many people have just said, thank you for like giving that energy to us, and we got to feel it together, and that's just a really special thing.
Masks are required while in the Playhouse. The performance runs through Saturday.
The State American Legion Baseball Tournament runs Thursday through Sunday in the St. Cloud area. Jason Malillo has a preview of one local team that's qualified.
Osseo is going to the State Legion Baseball Tournament for the first time since 2013.
Kept stressing to these guys that getting to a state tournament doesn't happen often. Cherish these next couple days of keep getting bonus days of playing baseball.
Because of the pandemic, some of the guys on this team missed their senior high school season in 2020 and the Legion season that followed. So getting the chance to play this summer and make state is pretty special.
You know, you didn't get a season last year, and now you get guys coming back that you were going to play with and some didn't, so it's a lot more fun now.
Luckily, I got to come back and help these guys out, and now we're going to the state tournament, so that'll be a good time.
Osseo head coach Ben Johnson was a player on the 13 team, and he thinks this squad is built to make a deep run.
You're going to go up against great hitters, great pitching, so being able to withstand a couple bad innings and staying with that and finding ways to put together kind of competitive innings as far as on the mound and at the plate, and just don't give away innings, don't give away free outs.
There's definitely no giving up in this team, which is definitely something different from the recent years. We've had a lot of come from behind wins this season, and I think nothing's going to stop that.
The format of the state tournament changes this year. Teams are divided into pools, and each team is guaranteed 3 games. Then 8 teams advance to the elimination rounds. Osseo opens the tournament on Thursday against Eden Prairie. Jason Malillo, CCX Sports.
Like Osseo, the Hopkins American Legion baseball team will also take a swing at extending its season at this week's state tournament. For the first time since 2012, the Hopkins American Legion baseball team is headed to the state tournament. The Flyers won the Sub-State 4 tourney last week and enter state with a 22-11 record. And for a Legion team, it's a young roster.
Yeah, we don't have any college guys this year. We're an entirely high school team. We have probably half and half between kids who just graduated this last spring and kids will be seniors next year. And then we have one kid who will be a junior next year. But for the most part, we're pretty split there. I think we're pretty happy with how well we were able to do without any college guys.
Second-year Legion coach Tyler Broderson called his team resilient, saying they found different ways to win each time out in a tough sub-state tournament. The Flyers are pitching well, too, a key to postseason success.
We've pitched really well. We've got a bunch of good guys on the mound that I've gotten to catch. And so when we're pitching well and playing good defense, it's been really good because we can hit. We know it from high school. So being able to play a clean game on the defensive side and limit opponents' runs really helps us out.
Our pitching and defense helped us, but once our offense goes, it's pretty fun to watch, yeah.
There's a new format for state this year with 4 pods of 4 teams each. The top 2 teams in each of those pods advance from pool play to the weekend's quarterfinals. Hopkins opens against Fridley Gold.
Anybody who made it to this point is going to have a good team. I think it's majority Totino Grace High School, which again was a good high school team. So it's something we're going to have to be ready for. I don't think anything's going to be a cakewalk at this level, but I'm willing to stack our team up against anybody we play against.
Hopkins also qualified for the state high school tournament this year, but the Royals lost 10-0 to Andover in their only game. This team is mindful of that memory as they get ready for Legion State.
It didn't end how we wanted, but now going back to state for Legion, we get to give the seniors a send-off, hopefully that they deserve.
Watch for highlights of the local teams and coverage of the State American Legion Baseball Tournament this week on our website at ccxmedia.org. That's all for sports. I'm John Jacobson. Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.